Today we're going to be looking at some low stakes conspiracy theories on the beautiful site of Reddit. What this subreddit basically is a bunch of people will post thoughts that they believe may be some kind of low level conspiracy theory. So we're not talking like massive conspiracies that everybody knows about. These are just theories people have that they believe to be true, but there's no actual proof that they're true. They have a hunch, essentially. And I've gathered some of the best ones, and we're going to go through them. And I'm going to tell you if I believe it's a conspiracy or if I think it's a load of bullshit. Like and subscribe. We're going to go through these now. I'll just put them up on screen. So this first one, subscription meal services are bait switching us. Every time I try a meal subscription, the first couple of boxes are incredible. Fresh produce, generous portions, and recipes that feel premium. Then, like clockwork, it slides. Basically they get worse. His theory is that new customers get the premium stock to get you hooked, and then once you're settled in, they downgrade you. You know what? I can understand this. This could be true, but at the same time, I also just think that when you try something for the first time, you're blown away anyway, and then the more you have it, the more you become normalized to it. So that kind of premium feel just becomes normal. So, I mean, it would make sense from like a business perspective, I guess. I think a lot of this is just that you've got used to it, so it's not special anymore. People are just pretending to like sparkling water. No, yeah, this is just true. I've bought sparkling water so many times by accident. I've never intentionally gone out and bought sparkling water. And I remember my last time I bought it, I bought some lemon flavored sparkling water in New York, and I tried my hardest to drink it, but I couldn't. I got like 2/3 of the way through the bottle, and I was like, I've just got to throw this away. It's shit. It's awful. I don't know how anyone can drink it. It's not even like soda where it's like nice. It's just not good. I don't know how anyone likes it. How does it sell? Who buys sparkling water? It's not good. They're lying to us about how cars work. This one was really interesting when I read it. I was like, what the hell does he mean? Governments across the world have many things that they hide from us, but I don't think there's any reason for them to try and lie to us about how cars work. Like, what benefit could they possibly get from just lying about something so mundane about how cars operate? This guy thinks we're in a simulation because of how, like, he doesn't believe that cars function like how they're designed. He just read it. Like, I don't know how to explain this. This guy genuinely just believes that cars don't operate properly. Like, he believes that we're being lied to. I spent 2 years studying automotive engineering at college and can confirm the physics for an internal combustion engine is very much in order, but who knows, maybe that's just what NPCs are programmed to think. Exactly what a big auto shill would say. Can't trust you to speak about truth when they're controlling your... This guy fucking hates cars. What? I don't know, man. Freedom of speech sometimes has its limits, doesn't it? Banksy isn't one person. I don't know why it has so many upvotes. This is one of those ones, right, where people believe this as a conspiracy theory because it's not something you really need to look into. Like, you'll just see it on like Facebook or Twitter every like other month. This will constantly be spoken about, and you'll see it and be like, oh yeah, that could be true, and then you'll scroll. Like, it's obvious it's not one person. I'm pretty sure the comments here are even saying his identity's known. It's just that people just refuse to acknowledge that. Like, they like the idea of it being a mystery. It's not important enough for people to actually care. UK government alert. So this guy's basically complaining about, essentially a few weeks ago when this was recorded, the UK government sent out like one of those emergency warnings to everybody's phone, and he's complaining that some people got it before others. That's kind of the whole reason of why they've done this test, to see if it works. Like, look, the UK government get a lot of things wrong, okay? They do. But this is a test. The whole point of this test was to prove that it might have flaws. Like, there's no like conspiracy that rich people or whatever got it first. It just happened that, like, it'll depend how close you are to like a cell tower. It's really boring. There's no conspiracy. Like, it's just a test. They're just literally finding out why it didn't work and why it did work. You know, that's the whole point. But yeah, I'm not like an electrician or an engineer, but I can just assume that the reason you got it before, like, later than someone else is because you probably live in a more remote area. I don't know. Dubai Chocolate was an industry plant to raise chocolate prices. Now, I kind of agree, but I agree in a different way. I don't think Dubai Chocolate was made to raise general chocolate prices. I think Dubai Chocolate was publicized to promote Dubai. Because why else would you call it Dubai Chocolate if you're not just promoting Dubai? Like, Dubai gets a lot of like social media presence these days, a lot of influencers and like out of the matrix people go, like, they're like, oh, go move to Dubai, there's no tax. Paedophiles are painting roundabouts with St. George's flags to communicate with other paedophiles in the area. based. This is true. I don't need to elaborate on this. If you're from the UK, you know what's going on with the roundabouts. This one's true. This is not a conspiracy. It's facts. Doctor Who and James Bond are the same person. I'm not going to read all this. I gave it a quick skim read. This guy's basically arguing that they're the same person. They're made up. They're not real. They're characters. And the only thing that you're like correlating is that they're both similar culture. Yeah, because they're both British creations. Like, that's it. They're British, and that's the only real similarity. They're all characters. They are made up characters that have been around for ages. I don't think someone sat there and was like, right, let's make this guy the same guy as this guy, make some multiverse. They're not the same person. It's just that they happen to both be British. Both Doctor Who and James Bond are the most British stereotypical people in media. This one's interesting. I'm not gonna. I'll let you read that yourself. But yeah, looking at this from a historical perspective, it's probably true. We have no proof. There's no way we can ever figure this out. But he was on a lot of substances during his reign as a world leader, and maybe they messed up his brain enough. Maybe he was already pretty fucked up, as we know. So, you know, I wouldn't put it past him. This is probably true, but we'll never be able to prove it, so it stays a conspiracy theory, I guess. That's a good one. YouTube purposely demonetizes videos to create a better experience for users. No, it fucking doesn't. YouTube will demonetize you. It probably just if I was monetized, which I'm not at the moment, but if I was, what I just said then would get me demonetized. Like, they don't care. YouTube uses AI for everything anyway. Like, do you think the AI is smart enough to be like, right, this person here, they need to give a good experience, so we're going to demonetize that video? No, they don't. They just demonetize anything. That's YouTube in a nutshell. They'll demonetize literally whatever they want. This is speaking for someone that's had experience with this in another channel. You'll make a video, you'll post it, it'll be fine. No issues. You'll forget about that video, and like 2 years later, YouTube will be like, excuse me, I'm going to demonetize this for hate speech. And it'll be... I've got an example of this, okay? I had this Minecraft video from about 1.5 years ago. I think it was called something like Minecraft, but in pacifist mode. They demonetized it and blocked it for hate speech. I don't know why. It's pacifism. It's not hate speech. It's the complete opposite. YouTube doesn't care. It's an AI-ridden platform now. They just... I say that with this massive YouTube thing on, but they don't care, and they'll just... It's AI that does the demonetizing now, and if you're lucky enough to get someone actually look at it, they'll normally revert it. They don't care about user experience. Explain the Joke and many other similar subreddits are used to teach AI to understand human. Now, this one's interesting because obviously, no, it wasn't created for that, but I could see that being the case now. I mean, think of it like this. You know, all those people that have made those like Reddit stories on TikTok, there's like content farms where it's just AI Reddit stories, stuff like that. That kind of stuff will train AI. Maybe people have plugged their AI software into these subreddits because they're kind of mainstream popular. That, you know, yeah. But it wouldn't surprise me if this did end up being true, because people can easily get kind of humor and comedy from that, I guess you could say, and you could put that into an AI like learning system, and they could learn it, and then they could make jokes. It's possible. Airports pump something in the air to make people more compliant to get from A to B. No, I think this is just the kind of concept that if you miss a flight, you have that kind of feeling that you're going to lose a lot of money, even if it's more so you just get booked onto a later flight. I've never missed a flight that wasn't my fault. The only time I've missed a flight is if it's been cancelled or delayed. I've never... Maybe, and that's why I think people are more compliant, because people have that mindset that's drilled into them, especially if you go with your parents on holiday. You're drilled into that concept of getting there early and just being punctual, because nobody wants to miss a flight and mess their whole holiday up. It's just that subconscious thing. It's like when you're late for like meeting up with your friends, there's low stakes, you know? Like, people can kind of accept that. But if you miss a flight to another country, it messes everything up. So people are just subconsciously trying to get on time to their flights. People that go to the airport last minute scare me, because I don't know how you can live with the fact that your whole holiday just could be ruined. If you go into especially if you go into a niche area or a place that's far away where they don't fly that often, how can you even tempt fate like that? I drove down to Heathrow on the day of my flight, and I was actually bricking it that would get stuck in traffic or something. Even though I was going to the most probably the most popular place on earth to travel to, there'll be loads of flights. That kind of stuff scares me. So no, I don't think it's a conspiracy. I think people are just more reluctant to waste money. That's literally it. Google Maps uses me to test routes. Yes, that's not a conspiracy. How do you think it gets its travel data? It needs to use other users to generate traffic and understand what the best route is. That's how it works. You kind of, I imagine you consent to that when you first install Google Maps or Waze or anything. Okay, last one, guys. COVID was created by the Office Depot to sell more expensive no-lick envelopes. No, it fucking wasn't. You don't even have to lick envelopes. You know, ever since there was that, like, theory that, like, the Russians were poisoning envelopes, I got so wary of licking them that I would just, like, tuck them in. I'm pretty sure this guy, yeah, there's a guy down here who's, like, saying you can just tuck it in. I would just tuck it in or just sellotape it. You don't have to lick them. You can just do that. That's my low stakes conspiracy theory overview. I think a lot of people on Reddit are just, well, on the internet too much. Like and subscribe.